Welcome to Abhi 90. This is Ranik, and looks like 2-0 is going to be our favorite scoreline this season because team has once again done it. Boys have delivered, and so did the Liverpool manager Arne Slot, who has now managed to defeat two of the top sides within the span of 4 days, and that too without conceding a single goal. And the scoreline was same as well, 2-0. This time Man City getting a defeat at Anfield. We'll talk about all the things that happened right from the beginning to the end, the chance targeted at Pep Guardiola and the records that Mo Salah is breaking and will be breaking from here on. Right from the minute one, we were pretty brilliant as the game progressed. At one point, up till the 25 minutes of the match, it looked like we would have scored easily 4 or 5 goals with the amount of chances we have been creating. Whereas on the other side, City, who were unable to find their rhythm again after not winning a single match in the last 6 matches, they look like an unsettled side despite Ruben Dias being back in their setup. And despite other players joining in as well, likes of Nunez playing for them, which I said in the preview video that he will be back in the starting 11. Maybe he plays there, and he did start. But City were not having an easy time at all. At least in the first half at all, they were not looking in a proper shape. And Liverpool was just over them in the first half. I think City had 2 shots in total and probably 1 on target, which only developed to like 2 shots on target after the end of the whole game, whereas Liverpool were just constantly buzzing in. Even their expected goals were 3.5, over 3.5, 18 total shots, 7 on target, and they were getting a lot of good chances. And the first such chance came from Trent's end. Trent was in the middle of the pitch on the left hand side, and he gave a beautiful lob ball towards Salah, and who delivered a world-class assist. What a ball that was for Cody Gakpo, who just put the ball in. That was simple tap in, but his run, if you watch, in the matter of 4 seconds, he progressed from the middle of the pitch to the side of the goal post, and that's how the Liverpool scored their first goal. And the second goal, there was a penalty scored from Mo Salah. Of course, penalty was won by Luis Diaz, who was tipped off by Ortega when he was trying to chip the ball into his right side to finish the things off on the attack that was leading to our second goal. And Mo Salah from the spot just converts it to make it 2-0. Of course, he missed a penalty in the previous match against Real Madrid, but in this match he does that, and now he has equaled a record that was previously held by Wayne Rooney of 36 involvements and 36 goals and assists in a Premier League match. So Mo Salah has equaled that, and probably is going to break that record soon. Of course, in this season, with a lot of games to be set to be done. 13 games have been concluded, and we have still 25 games to go. Anyhow, speaking of the other things, City were on their part were trying to build the attacks, but it was easy job for our defense with the likes of Joe Gomez, who was being targeted by Erling Haaland, but Van Dijk was clever enough to read that, and at times he stepped out of his zone to cover for the target which Haaland was trying to do. That was super from our defense. Even the fullbacks were pretty fine throughout the whole match. Of course, there was later substitution of Trent for Kwanzaa, who I was little surprised he was playing as right back. He is usually a centre back for the team. This match he was playing as right back when he was brought in. Our midfielders were equally superb, be it the likes of Graham-Burke, who was bossing it out against Gundogan. He was boarding him out, physically winning the duels and everything. He was doing the job which we expect him to be doing. Same was the case with McAllister. He was good as well, and Szoboszlai was tirelessly working around throughout the whole game. Off the ball movement is so pretty fine. We have to appreciate him for that as well. Other than that, the combination of front three was working pretty good as well. Be it Gakpo, be it Luis Diaz, and Mo Salah, who has now 7 goals behind Thierry Henry's 175 goals in the Premier League. He is on 168. After that, there's Thierry Henry and Frank Lampard 177. So he has a good chance to at least go past those two if he gets to go with the rhythm he has been going. And don't be surprised if he comes near to Sergio Aguero, who is on 184. That's too much of an ask, but he is certainly on the way to break those records as well. Talking about records, City are now without a win in their last 7 matches, and things don't look too good for Pep, who was hurled chants by Liverpool fans. That was fun about you are getting sacked in the morning, and of course he didn't like it. He was gesturing back with 6 fingers, signifying he has won the 6 league titles. But anyways, that's a part and parcel of the game. You will be take a dig at when you're at your worst, and that's what Liverpool's fans were doing. They were having fun there. As for Liverpool, just one loss that came on 14 September, and since then, how many days it is? Round about September, October, November, and we are into December. For 2 months, we haven't had registered a single loss. So things are going pretty good here. And of course, the fans online were not liking what Liverpool fans did. And so was the case with, I think, Robbie from AFTV is setting out a narrative that we have defeated the two weakest sides who didn't have their main players available. Of course, that is true. They didn't have their lot of players available, be it Madrid or some of the City players. But they never talk about when in the seasons when Liverpool have the side players struggling with the injuries, and often in a couple of seasons, of course, our rhythm broke and the league title contention which we were in, we slipped out from that. Then they don't turn on with that narrative, which is simply stupid and silly to be talking about those things. It is what it is. If you are having injuries, that's part and parcel of every team. Every club is going through something or the other. But anyways, that was a sweet win, 2-0 against City after defeating Real Madrid. That's what you can ask as a fan. And that too in the toughest period when we had to play 9 of the tough fixtures, I think 9 or 8, which started from, I think, Arsenal match. Arsenal, after that we played Brighton, while Leverkusen and Aston Villa. From there we had to play Southampton. Was an easy one, of course, but we made it a little tough by winning it by a narrow goal margin. And then Madrid match, City match, and now we move on to play Newcastle. So talking about that match, it would be away fixture. Last time we played that away match, you will recall the famous moment from Darwin Núñez scoring the brace, and that too when Liverpool were 10 men down, coming off the bench and scoring the 2 goals to make it a winning moment for us. So once again, we travel away this season to Newcastle. What could be the predictions? We'll talk about that. But if you talk about Newcastle right now, they are not having a good moment. They, like, last 5 matches, couple defeats, couple wins and a draw. So they are going on and off. So this season, out of the 13 matches that they have played, 5 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses. So that has been the story with the Newcastle. So I don't think they are going to cause us any big amount of trouble. If that was Spurs, I could have doubted the inconsistency that they have. They can surprise you in the matches when you don't expect and do worse in the matches when you expect them to win. So for the Newcastle, I don't think they are going to pose any threat to us, and we should have a comfortable win by a margin of what? Well, again, say 2-0. Well, and what do you think about the match? What do you think about the outcome of the Newcastle game is going to be? You can let know in the comments, of course. And about the players returning from the injuries for that fixture, one of the guys is going to be Chiesa, who was spotted in the training. Of course, Bradley is not available, and Alisson might still be doubtful for that. Same is the case with Diogo Jota, and Konate, of course, is not there. But that's a story about Liverpool side. As for Newcastle, Isaac is not available. Kraft won't be there, Lascelles won't be there, Botman is unavailable as well. Of course, they are also going through injuries. Every team goes through that. That's the point I was saying previously as well. But anyways, that's it for the video. Drop a like, subscribe if you want to. See you in the next one.